Oh, right. What is up? What is up, everybody? Another drama-filled week on Top Shot. What else would we want? That's what we want in our Top Shot, don't we? We want drama. There are some things to talk about this week. There's a big event next week. We're going to hear from Roham. I definitely want to talk about that today. And we can also talk about just general sentiment. We can talk about the community. I know people want to know more about the community, so we'll definitely talk about that. And today, though, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to rip packs. Who doesn't like ripping packs? And we have the man himself, Packrip Mahoments, who's ready to rip some packs with us today. So without further ado, unfortunately, I didn't have time to make a cool intro video, so we're going to have to just choose one of our regular videos here. Let's do this one.
Figure it out.
All right. So today we're going to figure it out together. Packrip Mahoments. Packrip Mahoments is the new he's a writer all of a sudden. He's putting out some articles lately. What's going on there?
Yeah. First of all, thanks for having me. But it's something I've thought about doing for a long time. Just having the confidence to put yourself out there it's kind of a scary thing. And I got a lot of great feedback last week. So I think I'm going to try to do it on a weekly basis. Sometimes it'll be in-depth stuff and sometimes it'll just be fun, ranking things. A lot of the stuff, if you follow me on Twitter, I sometimes say a lot of stupid stuff, and it's because I just kind of say what comes to my mind. That's what you get. But at the end of the day, just try to be respectful and nice and courteous to everyone and just, have fun with it. So yeah, we'll see where it goes.
I think that's a good thing to be, respectful and courteous. Just like public announcement, if you're in the Top Shot community and you're calling people out by their first name and dropping F-bombs at them, maybe rethink things. Right. But anyhow, so yeah, I really liked the blog of yours. I like those constructive criticism type blogs. It was almost like a step beyond all the threads that we're seeing right now. It's like a little bit one step beyond that. Anyhow, we got Poker Pro Eric saying anyone buying S3 loot packs doesn't like ripping packs. Well, 75% don't like it, but 25% do. So let's just hope we're in the 25% today.
That's right.
What else is going on right now? What are you thinking just in general right now? Like, I know that the recent pack drops, like, first of all, the trade tickets, the trade ticket pack drops. Did you just do the ticket pack drops? Did you also do the Dapper pack drops? What did you do?
So I had a bunch of trade tickets saved up for S1 packs. So if I didn't already have those trade tickets there, I'm not sure what I would have done, but I had a bunch of trade tickets just sitting there. So I did the elite. I bought elite packs with those, and then I purchased some elite packs just because, who doesn't like gambling every once in a while? But I passed on the standard packs. It just, I had no interest in doing the fresh threads set. I've kind of
Right.
changed my focus on my collecting strategy. So, yeah, just went with the elite packs.
And does it make any difference? Because you saw the EV projections from John Boy Beats, I imagine,
Mm,
where like the variance was quite large on the elite packs compared to the standards. But I hear what you're saying. Like if you hit on the standards, you're probably hitting like a $5 fresh threads,
right.
but there's less of a gamble, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. And, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, we say it all the time. It's like collect what you love. And if you love ripping packs, and that's you part of the part of the price you're paying is just you're getting the enjoyment of ripping a pack, then you buy standard packs all day. That might make sense. But obviously the community, a lot of people on Twitter are upset with the supply issue that's going on right now, no matter how you feel about it. So if the general sentiment is that those 60K moments aren't really worth anything and that's all you're getting in a pack, then is that fun? I don't know. That's up for you to decide. For me personally, I just, I stayed away from the standard packs and the NFL all day pack. I mean, those were even worse. Thank God for
There's like
John Boy.
90, yeah,
Yeah.
95% of the packs were projected
Yeah.
losers.
And if we didn't have people like John Boy in the community tweeting that stuff, I say this, I'm ignorant and I'm an idiot. I really don't know a whole lot. So thank God for people like that can crunch numbers and do math, because that is not something I do. I would have definitely bought those. I mean, without a doubt, I would have bought them, like for sure. So thankfully they tweeted that stuff. I haven't bought an NFL all day pack in a long time. So
But what do you make of all this right now though? Like what do you make, for example, the standard queue apparently had 30,000 people in it, and that was a zero CS gate. So anybody could join that queue and only 30,000 people joined. Is that concerning?
yeah, I think it's concerning. I mean, one of the pieces I wrote in my blog was that you want to have a positive customer experience, and the numbers of people that are lining up for a pack can be a direct correlation to who views their experience on Top Shot as being a positive one. I think over the last 6 weeks, we've seen that severely decline where people are wanting to put their money. And, we could talk about a lot of things. The whole NFT world seemed to have a downspout, at the exact same time as Top Shot. So maybe it's not a direct indictment on Top Shot itself, and maybe it's an NFTs in itself. But, in the Dapper world, you had UFC Strike launching, you had NFL All Day launching, it, all these things where people could spend their money. But at the end of the day, I think people are just they're not very confident. We had the loot pack issues where people were getting multiple legendaries in a pack, and you're getting 4K rookies in a pack with legendaries. So I think Top Shot has to build confidence. They have to provide more than just the value of what you can sell the moment on the marketplace for. They have to provide you with more than that. That's where that in real life utility comes from, that we're just not seeing. And I know it's going to come. I mean, I have no doubt it's going to come. But I think once we start seeing that, once we see people getting their confidence back, that you spend $19 on the pack and you're basically getting $8 or $9 back. Once we get past that, I think we'll see an uptick. So I think this is short term. But people like me that are really confident in the platform, I've just been buying on the marketplace. That's Top Shot debuts. That's all I've been buying. So I personally am, I'm not really all that concerned right now.
How do you think though that we get beyond these packs where Jacob in the past has said plus EV packs are a bug, not a
Yeah.
feature? How do you get past this then? How do you start giving out or selling packs where people either they don't care that they're losing $10 of value every single time they open a $19 pack, or like what's the answer there? Like if you had to guess from their perspective, like what do you think is the answer? Where are we going from here?
Yeah, I think some people have pointed to that maybe the focus of Top Shot needs to focus on the marketplace instead of the packs. I think that, I personally think everyone being a winner by opening a pack isn't necessarily a good thing. I think that buying a pack shouldn't just be, hey, I'm going to make, like in the early days, I don't know when you joined Tandy, but I joined back in February of
Me too.
2021. And, I bought a Rising Stars pack for $200 or something. And I had a Halliburton moment in there and I sold it for like $1,500. Like, who
Same.
wouldn't want to do that? Right.
Yeah.
So when you do that, I think you're attracting the wrong people. You want to create an environment to where you're attracting people that want to collect and they're doing it for the right reasons. And there's definitely a place for everyone in Top Shot. Don't get me wrong, but if you want to build a healthy project and a healthy platform, it's got to be a space where people aren't necessarily in it solely for making money. Of course, everyone wants to make money, but I think once we start seeing all these add-ons that Top Shot's been talking about for months and months and months, and I'm going to hit on again specifically the in real life stuff, that's when I think we'll start to see the uptick. That's when you'll start to see more collectors coming in, collecting towards that goal. They're collecting the moments and they're collecting for that utility that you might gain. They talk about the leaderboards for your specific team, your specific player. I think that's when we'll start to see the uptick. Of course, there's a place for making money, buying moments and flipping during flash challenges, not discouraging that. We all love that part too. But, I think, having maybe 50-50 winner, loser and packs is probably a good thing for the outlook.
I agree. I think that it should be closer to 50-50. Hopefully people aren't getting hit real hard when they lose on a pack. Like, you hate to see that. But I think packs should be like harder to get, because that is also what made Top Shot so exciting when we got in on February. Like, getting in that queue was just like your pulse was racing. Now it's like, oh, let's see how many times I can go around in this queue. It's like it's totally changed, right? So I think we kind of need that back. And also, I think that the people who get in early, or the people who get in as beginners or starters, um, they can't have a bad experience. And I'm a little concerned that as it is right now, it's pretty easy to have a bad experience. And I don't, if you and I got in February of 2021 and we ripped that pack and it was just a total loser, why would you line up again? Like, why would you get excited again? It doesn't really make sense. So I do agree that the balance is somewhere in the middle, though. It can't be these ridiculously profitable packs, and I think those times are kind of long gone at this point. And I don't see those times returning. And it also can't be these packs now where people just feel like total fools, or a lot of people do, when they open packs and it's just a bunch of 60Ks that they don't want or something like that. So it lies somewhere in the middle. The marketplace has to be attractive. And if it's the in real life utility that makes it more attractive, if it's hard court.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really hoping that's the case.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
How did you hear about Top Shot?
My friend Mike, who I went to summer camp with, he texted me and he sent me that John Morant article, the Baines article.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey man, I've been buying some of this stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure, but it might be something here. Read this article. And then I read that article, and I don't know if you had the same experience, but I read that article and I thought, this is ludicrous. Like, why would anyone spend this much money on a video clip?
Yes.
And my idea was, I'm not entering this market unless I get a pack. And then all of a sudden he tells me a few days later that he got a free moment or free pack with one moment in it because he spent money in the marketplace. So I thought, okay, I'll do it too. So I bought one of those. I think my first moment ever was a Chris Paul 15K. And I bought that and thought I was going to get my Rui Hachimura gift the next day as well. But no, alas, not the case.
Right.
But that's how I got into it. And then when I got my first pack, it was the Cool Cats Release 2. I got the Tyler Hero that was worth like 250, then the next day 300, then the following day 450, then the following day 700, and the following day 1,000. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Right.
And of course I went way too hard. And like most people, when you think you're incredibly early, and also just the fact that this was such an enjoyable experience, which, as Poker Pro Eric said, and you probably feel the same way now, it's not quite the same as it used to be. Even though, even with you, even with your shoe, your what's it called, your horseshoe lodged
Yeah.
directly up your, you know what, with some of your recent pack rips.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, even someone like you probably thinks, well, these, it's not quite the same as it was. Like, it's not the same. I don't get the same rush as I used to, and I think that's a shame because I think that was really like the magic of Top Shot.
Yeah. I think, yeah, you hit it on the head. I mean, I remember, and I wrote this in my blog that, when there was a pack announcement, a year ago, like it was just like, all right, cancel everything. I got to be
Yeah,
ready for this. And if you get in there, I had a group chat with 10 friends, and we would all get, if there's 10,000 packs and 100,000 people in line, you got 10% chance. There's 10 of us. So like, all right, who's it going to be? Who's going to be? And, one of us would get it. We'd all watch the pack opening together. And it was like this cool thing where
yep,
in real life meets, the Web3.
yep,
And I think we've lost part of that by the oversaturation of packs and moments. I can't blame Top Shot for wanting to. They did not want to have another February 2021. They didn't want that to happen. I mean, so many people got burned by, I tweeted about a guy the other day that paid like $110,000 for a LeBron
I
debut.
saw that.
Now it's worth
Oof, oof.
$7,000. If that happens again, that's the best way to lose collectors. They don't want that to happen again. So you can't blame them for wanting to be prepared with moments in the marketplace. But, I've never run a company or been in marketing for a company of their size, so I can't really speak on it. But I just think that they got the cart way ahead of the horse.
Way ahead of the horse. And
Yeah. And the thing is that they could theoretically create a pack and a set. Even if they have a roadmap, they can do whatever they want. If they anticipate that, hey, we added 50,000 users last week, what are we going to do? Well, guess what? They could make as many moments as they want to meet that demand. So I
yep,
think that was part of the problem, is they just had a plan, and we criticized them for not having that clear communication over the summer. So they came out with it. They had the roadmap and they stuck to it. And you got to commend them for that. But at the same time, it's like, you also got to adjust and read the room.
yep.
So, I think getting back to a point where we don't have a pack drop every week, it sounds crazy because I love pack drops, but making that a scarce thing is something that I think we all held sacred. And now it's just kind of like commonplace.
Exactly. And they also want packs purchasable whenever, right?
Yeah.
So there's also ways we can meet in the middle. Like, they can do these pack drops, but you can only buy a maximum of 2 packs. And that's it. And you
Yeah.
can't buy any more packs. And then
Yeah.
you're gonna have like thousands, tens and tens of thousands of packs available whenever, which is exactly what they said they wanted. And
Mm-hmm.
I think what concerns me, and I think what a lot of people feel, and I think there's a tweet here that I can actually share to show you how people feel this way, is that that roadmap, um, like, are they keeping to that roadmap because they've also made some like financial expectations based on that roadmap? And I
Yeah.
think that's where people are starting to get fuddy and conspiracy theory and just feeling crappy about the direction of the platform. And I think that's a real shame. And I want to be wrong. And I'm really hopeful that like Roham can speak on that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not, my fingers aren't crossed too hard, but I'm hopeful because 63% out of the 677 votes think that Dapper Labs' priority is on their investors, not even on their new users, which some
Yeah.
people think the whole focus is on. So
Not good.
not good, not good. And there's no way they don't see this. And like you said, like, I also don't have experience running like $1 billion company, neither do you. But I know that you don't want your existing users to feel like they are just being kind of left behind in the dust for others, if it's new users, or if it's even worse, if it's your investors. Um, so
Right.
anyhow, I feel like they could definitely make it more scarce. And there's like a bundle of other things we could talk about too that I feel like these loot packs have sort of watered down. I've said it before about, we used to really get excited about, or at least maybe less so on like the legendary stuff because I used to always think I had no chance of getting one anyway. But like if it was a rare pack, you'd sort of really pay attention to every play that was happening in this rare pack. You'd dream of being able to rip one and which player you want to get from it. And now it's like everything is just bundled in together. Like boom, it's all together now. And it's like I don't know. It's just it takes a lot of the magic away. Like I don't know. Like could you even tell me who else was in that? Like who was in the most recent legendaries? Like, could you even tell me? Probably not. Like, I think it was Luke Kennard. I don't know. I don't know who else.
I know it was Luke Kennard because I saw him selling for like $600 on the live token bot, which was amazing. I mean, I can't believe it, but
yeah. So there's definitely some confidence that needs to be brought back. I know that when Roham talks, confidence does come back, but for how long? And like if I was Top Shot right now, I'd make sure that something cool happened like directly right before the Roham discussion and then like directly after. Like make the bidding feature go live like directly or like during the Roham call. Go to the website right now. You can now bid, and we're opening up beta testers for our mobile app or something. I don't know, but something definitely needs to get done. But I'm like you. I want them to pivot on that roadmap. Like it spooks me that like they haven't, because clearly there just isn't the demand right now, and you can't just be stubborn. Like, well, sorry, we told you what we told you, and we're not moving off that. Like we have to have this many Bruce Browns, and we're not gonna mint one Bruce Brown less. Like, come on, man. You don't have the demand. If you had the demand, mint 1,000 more Bruce Browns.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I agree. Well, that's why they put the 60K in place, and they put a note saying like this could be more than 60K, depending on demand. I don't know the exact words, but something along those lines. So, Bruce Brown could have been 100K mint, if really we needed that. I know that's the hot topic name, but
I know. And he's actually a good player, which is funny.
Yeah, I know, which is, it's hilarious. But I did a Twitter poll the other day that people think there are more Bruce Brown 60K moments than doors in the world. So, that's awesome. That's where we're at right now. It was like 80% to 20%. So,
oh man. So let's just see what's going on in the comments. Jay Winter, did I miss like a singles in your area spam bot just now or something? I don't know.
Maybe no.
So Chris is saying the reason we all got so hyped for the packs is because they were so EV plus EV. We can't have that back. Do you think that's valid? Do you think it's only because like they were worth so much?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to speak for you, but I wrote about this too. But I mean, the only reason I got into Top Shot at first was because people were making thousands of dollars. That's it. I mean, you get a pack, it's like making, a couple $100 at least. I was the same as you. Why would someone pay, X amount for a video of, Luka dunking a basketball? You can go on YouTube. I had the same thought. So, I think that was part of the problem is they had thousands of people that were signing up, even to the point where there was a wait list. I don't know if you remember that, but
I do remember.
Were waiting to get an account. You couldn't just sign up.
Yep.
Because everyone wanted to make money. And when you couldn't make money anymore, guess what? Everyone sold everything and left. And the only people that remained were the actual collectors, or the ones that had the confidence that it would all come back. And then we know what happened in August through October, and then it back down through December, and then DAP back, and then flash challenges, and then back down. And now here we are. So what's going to be the thing that keeps us, escalating as a market? It's not going to be EV packs. It's got to be something else. And it's, to me, it's the in real life stuff that you can get for being a part of a community. Mint Juice was talking about it the other day with you. I watched that. I watched most of it. I was kind of bouncing around, but the whole community thing and what he's doing is so important. And I think he is so far ahead of his time that people are going to look back and be like, wow, why didn't we think about this sooner? Community can mean whatever you want it to be. And for me personally, I cannot wait for the day that I get to go to a game or go to Summer League or go to wherever and just hang out with everyone. I cannot wait. That, to me, that is like the coolest thing that can come from all this. Cause I don't know. I know what you look like. I don't know like what anyone looks like. I don't know what they sound like. All I know, it's like, did you watch Love is Blind on Netflix, or do you know what it is?
I know what it is. It's like when
Okay.
people like just go by the person's voice from the other side of the
They go by
wall.
the voice and who they are as a person. They don't know what they look like. And I feel like that's what Top Shot Twitter is. It's like Love is Blind, where, you become best friend. There's so many people that, people that are 40 and 50 years old, and people are 20. I'm 30, we're all close. We talk on a weekly basis. So I think if we can unlock that key of really getting everyone together and making it like a social thing. Gary Vee said in an interview it went viral a couple weeks ago, and I've got my thing with Gary Vee, but to me, he was right on this standpoint where, what is an NFT? Well, do you have a Louis Vuitton bag? Why do you have a Louis Vuitton bag? Well, because it's, expensive and people like it and they notice it. Well, that's why people own NFTs too, for a large part, and if you can bring that community together where everyone's got this club and people went into that club because of the perks, like meeting Cole Anthony. I think that's what's going to take Top Shot to the next level. I mean, that's what it is to me. So
I think there's a lot of truth behind what you're saying. I think, but a fair counterpoint is what Proker Pro is saying, which is like, you can do that now. Games are every day. You could do a group chat tonight and see a game this week, which I think is true.
Yep.
I think that the thing that we're all hoping for is sort of the unbuyable moments, like the unbuyable things that can happen, even if it's as simple as like they just help you organize it and they cover your drinks and your meals for the night, like something like that. That's like very special. It's something that it really adds that extra sort of degree of like care that I think everyone inside the community would really love if that could happen. And we said community a bunch of times, so I think we have to play this video.
We love the community.
I love that video so much. Anyhow, let's see what else we got here. Chris is saying his opinion is that anything that was fun when we got into it, this was lightning in a bottle and clearly unsustainable. It's got to be fun in a different way now. I think you're right, Chris. It's got to be fun in a different way. Obviously, it can't be just about big return packs. I do though think that like there can still be some pack drops that are big return, because that's kind of part of the magic, like I said. So in my opinion, I don't know how you feel about this, but like, there should still be packs that are super plus EV. Maybe it's token gated. Maybe it's just like you have to somehow get lucky to even get in that queue or something. I don't know. But like I said, that again, that's kind of part of the magic. People hearing that someone rips a LeBron James worth $8,000, that is what made Top Shot so attractive in the first place. Obviously, not everyone can have that experience, but I think some having it, and to a degree, that's what they're doing now. They just released that video of that guy sitting in his office, Roham's secret brother or whatever everyone thinks, winning the 5 years of All-Star games. And, and that's one person. And that's something I've harped on for a lot of times before this. And I guess I get it, because people are paying for that same thing and one person gets it for free. Of course, I'm always like, please, can't we just spread this out a little bit? Can't we just get a few more people involved in this stuff? Right. But it's the same idea. It's like a few people making out like crazy, and they're harping on that hard. And like, look, this is why you got to join Top Shot. So they have that inside their marketing, but the packs, on the other hand, are like the polar opposite right now.
Yeah, I think the rare tier has an opportunity to be that middle. Like, don't get me wrong, they're not cheap, but it has that opportunity to be that middle tier where you could, make packs $99 or $89, and more than likely whatever you open is still going to be pretty profitable, especially with the challenges following suit, right after. Maybe limit how many packs there are. Maybe that's your magic zone. But I agree, making that experience of getting a pack valuable, because right now it's not valuable. It's not. I mean, everyone gets a pack. Everyone's a winner. And I think there is a place for, if you want a pack, you get a pack, but maybe that's the common tier. If you want a pack, you get a pack.
Exactly.
And that's it. And then on the rare tier, it's super hard to get, no matter what your collector score. I don't care. Throw everyone. I have a high collector score in my opinion, but throw everyone in a pot, whatever, and make it special. That'd be great. I agree with you that magic, it's not going to ever come back to what it was, but getting a pack cool again. Maybe we should make hats.
Yeah,
Make
I
packs
know.
cool. Make packs cool again. That's the
I
new
like it.
hashtag.
We'll
Yeah.
all just wear those hats on every appearance, every photo. We'll just be wearing that until they become cool again. I like it.
Make packs cool again.
Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, Poker Pro Eric, the hard facts. Tripling production while losing users definitely hurts to see. It's a big oof. I think I need that oof. That would be a nice video. I love the oof gif.
There you go.
And so Poker Pro's got his tinfoil hat on. He's saying the winner looked like he worked at the Disney offices in LA. How do we know what the Disney offices in LA look like? I mean, they look like a very plain office. I would imagine the Disney offices probably got like Goofy and Mickey walking around in their full suit or something.
Yeah, well, maybe that explains because Disney's buying Dapper, so
Yeah, yeah.
that would explain why they were there.
Exactly. Ming Chang, what's happening with the Platinum Ice moments? I think they mint those, and we still don't know what's going on exactly with those yet. I mean, that's a good question, though. I mean, this has been an issue. This has been a topic for quite a long time. Do you have any ideas? I sort of have ideas of what I think would be cool to do with those moments. Do you? These are what one of ones of like every legendary moment on the platform.
Yeah,
or is it every moment?
I think it's every moment. I don't know. I really have no idea. I've asked. I remember the first time I saw it, I tweeted it. Eisenberg, and I was like, what is this? And explained. I didn't really still understand it. So I don't know. That's one of those things like math where I just kind of forget about it and hopefully someone else smarter than me figures it out. What do you think?
Yeah. So my idea is, and I still don't really understand what they plan on doing it. I think originally they said they were going to have like special auctions, which I hope is not the case. Like, can we stop doing things just for the people who are completely loaded? Can we like tone it down a little bit? But anyways,
right.
I think that what would be cool, though, in my opinion, is if they had these like super fancy moments. Obviously, it's got to be at a point where the market's doing better. What if they gave like those super valuable moments to like the players themselves and put them on like a gold chain or something? Like that seems, like make it cool to like rep yourself. Because right now we see it in UFC. There's even some of it in like all day on social media. There was a little bit of that going on. So it would be nice to see a little more of that for Top Shot.
Yeah. And I think even to hit on the players wearing it like as a chain, I feel like, like part of the problem Top Shot has with getting users is the same reason that like if Top Shot wasn't as EV as it was, you and I may not even be here right now. As past February. Part of the problem they have is educating people on what an NFT is, why, answering that question, why should I spend money on this video that I could see anywhere? Well, what's the importance? And I think that was part of the problem with the players that they chose to partner with. It gets talked about all the time that like these players are paid to advertise and then they like forget about it and leave and they don't collect. And it's like, well, they probably didn't understand it either. And I think that until the people that are actually selling the product understand it, they're not going to do any good paying those people to promote and market the product. That's why I brought up the whole referral bonus in my blog. Is it's like, why aren't we rewarding people that are like fully invested in the product to recruit more people to come in and use the product? And I totally get the Top Shot wants to grow, totally going up instead of a gradual incline. But to me, it makes that's how I grew my business that I used to own. Is we just basically focused on people that we sold to and their friends. And after a while, that's how we grew. And I'm not saying that's the only way to do things, but to me, if you can reward, if I invite you to Top Shot, and for the first month, you and I are both rewarded in multiple ways, depending on how you act in that first month. Well, maybe you're going to be more motivated to collect and do challenges and do all these other things. And I'm going to be more motivated to help you reach those goals because we're both being rewarded in some capacity, whatever it is. I just think that there's a miss there too.
Yeah, that should definitely be part of marketing. I don't think it should be a main driver because I just think that they're such like a massive company now that they're owned by Disney, of course. Like so like they I expect much bigger marketing schemes than like tell a friend to tell a friend. Like no, like
of course,
I want I want it on the TNT show everywhere. I want like Kenny Smith running back to the big screen that says the Top Shot, analysis of the night with Kenny Smith. Like and in terms of getting people to better understand it, I don't. And Roham actually made a point of this on Twitter, which is it's trading cards. If they're gonna keep talking about trading cards, which truthfully I kind of hate when they go too hard in that to like validate how many packs they're putting out because of trading cards. That really bothers me. But like that is the audience that will understand this in 5 seconds. Oh, I don't have to send my card to be graded. So go to every massive trading card event and have the most baller, badass Top Shot kiosk you've ever seen in your entire life. And that's it. And then get people they can buy a pack for half off for their first pack or first 3 packs, and boom, they're hooked. Like,
yeah,
that's what has to happen. But obviously, together with all that, we need a market that's also performing well, because we're in this weird catch-22 where like we can't bring in tons of new users, it feels like right now anyway. Because what would happen if they came in right now? They would buy packs where they lose money. They would go on social media where everyone's like, yes, I hate Top Shot, like the on the polls, Top Shot sucks. Like, so they have to like right the ship in a way before they can even really do that. And there are ways that they like things that we've talked about that I feel like can get us there. I just hope that they're aware, and I'd be shocked if they weren't. What do they have, like 500 employees there now or something like that? Like, they have to be aware. It's just they have to.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I mean, the whole referral bonus thing, that might be 1% of the pie. I agree that you got to get out in front of the product. But I bring it back to the in real life stuff. But imagine if you're at a Knicks game and you're sitting there with your family and you see 5 people on the court before the game and they're shooting around on the court. And you're like, how the hell are they doing that? How'd they get that opportunity? And then there's someone, somehow you hear about NBA Top Shot and that this shoot around sponsored by Top Shot. Like, that's the kind of stuff, the real life stuff. That's how I think they're going to get people hooked. I mean, seeing the QR code on the TV, I think is great. Seeing it on, seeing Ernie and those guys talk about it on pre and post game and halftime, that's great. Commercials, great. After the game, if the players were in the chain, great. But until the people see, you have to sell them what they get for it. You can't sell them something without them knowing what they're going to get. That, to me, we have to sell the opportunity that comes with collecting Top Shot.
Yeah. So you like these sort of raffle. I mean, there can be the insane like 10 collector raffles. There can be the much larger, like, of course, so many people have said this already, but there should literally be a section in every stadium, like every game, every single game.
Yes.
And, it's like the Top Shot section. Why not? Why aren't we doing that? There's got to be a reason, obviously, but like, show us that. Those are the things that like technically you can't buy. Like, okay, Poker Pro, yes, you could in theory go DM 200 people and go buy tickets all in the same area, but you're not going to. Like,
there are groups that are doing that. Like,
they're doing like 10 people at the bar or something, or I get it.
Yeah, Top Shot Kingdom, the Sacramento, they're doing that, but who's paying for that? Right. So all these people are collecting Sacramento stuff, and that's great. And they're part of this group, and they're starting something like Mint Juice has talked about. They're doing something great. They're doing it on their own. But at some point, it's like, okay, if you have, X amount Sacramento Kings moments, we're going to give you tickets. We're going to give you a discount at the concession stand. We're going to give you, whatever. I mean, the opportunities are endless. But that's where Tandy and I are differing from you, Eric, on this. Is you can go do that, but like, that's not why a lot of us are here. We're here to collect and be a part of a community, but also like, what is the utility for owning this? And the utility, I think, needs to come from Top Shot and that that professional way that you were talking about, to where they're kind of like, giving you something that you can work towards.
Yeah. So like, I've got Poker Pro Eric heated right now. He's using a lot of exclamations and capital letters. Look,
I got you, Eric. I got you, brother. I got you.
I'm not saying that you guys are not organizing and going out and doing cool things, because you clearly are. You have the cool edited videos to show for it, and we shared it last week, Eric. So don't bring those exclamation points in this chat. But like, my point is, and I think that Packrip kind of also made the point, is like, imagine if it was just kind of packaged for you, and you just got your tickets inside of your like Dapper wallet, and it was all kind of ingrained, and you just went and everyone was there, and like you didn't have to do any of the logistical process yourself. I think that's kind of what I'm getting at. um Hi,
Yeah.
Sonda Leon. I'm right there with you, buddy. What is the utility
Great.
for
Yeah.
us international folks?
And
Uh,
I agree. And that's there are more people. I know this is going to be a hot take, but there are more people in the world outside of the United States and Canada than inside the United States and Canada. I know that's crazy to think about. So there's a lot of NBA fans that are outside the United States that have to be taken care of. So whether it's, back in the day when Kobe would go over to China, or, players go over to China, or players go to Europe, NBA Europe for things, I think there's going to be stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. That kind of stinks. You're not going to be, near the arena for every game. So
yeah, I mean, they do send the international people out when they win those big time raffles, and
yeah,
I just hope they do more of that. Just spread the
yeah,
love a little further now that they got that
yes,
Mickey Mouse money, and we're just gonna see how many times we can pepper that in.
yeah.
But like, I mean, like, who knows? Maybe when they're out of beta, me and Sonda Leon will be able to hang out at a game.
Beta.
Sometimes you got to cue. Sometimes you got to cue it for yourself.
We're in beta.
Yeah, no. Let's see. I know. I'm sorry. You know what? I was out. I lost an hour today because you guys had the time change and I didn't. So I had an hour less to prepare. I wasn't able to make a video for my man here.
That's all good.
But we'll definitely have some Disney videos soon because well, who knows? This rumor will probably be over tomorrow, but
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. What about this this Roham chat? What are things that you are like hoping that he talks about? What are things that you think? Because look, the last time he spoke, there was a lot of like, yes, this is a great idea, and we're gonna like write this down, and this is gonna come in the future, and we don't really know when. What are you really hoping comes from this chat? What do you think is reasonable to expect from this chat?
I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, but
When get a spicy take going here.
I don't know how. If you need to, go for it. I don't know. I really don't know how involved he is with Top Shot. I'm sure he has a peripheral view on it, but I don't know how in the weeds he is because he's operating an entire company and Top Shot is just a part of that. So it's like when he gets on there and, it's like, I'm not comparing him to Donald Trump, but Donald Trump would get on, on TV and start spouting all this stuff. And then, all of his people in the boardroom be like, oh crap, now we got to do this. Cause Roham's, it's like, I don't know how much of that, is him just talking or, I'm sure there's a plan, but that was a joke, but I don't know. I really don't have any, I try to go into things without any expectation so that I'm not let down because I think this Q&A with him is a huge deal, and it cannot be understated how big of a deal it is because we're not at a crossroads where Top Shot's going to fail, but we're at a severe crossroads where collectors need a lot of clarity on what the next week looks like, what the next 2 months looks like, what the next what does summer look like. It's greatly important to know as a collector and an investor what the plan is. And you could bring up collector score, that's a huge deal. You could bring up the supply issue, you could bring up marketing, you could bring up all sorts of stuff that people are looking for real answers on, and I hope that he gives real answers and that there is follow through, because last time we had one of these, there was a lot of excitement that came and the market spiked a little bit because, people were confident. But I really hope that there's everything that's discussed is followed through on. And I hope that there's a timeline that's given that we can expect for things to be followed through on.
That's how I feel too. And last time, of course, we had like the news of the Nine Lives Lounge and the Soho House, and that hasn't gone exactly the way people thought it would. And I agree with you. Like when you see how many projects Flow is supporting, you have to imagine that Roham has his hand in all of those. So it would be nice to know like who is kind of running the ship and who's making the decisions. It's funny to think about that when we compare it to like physical cards. Like no one's going to complain to Topps right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're not collecting Topps, and Topps doesn't have this super engaged community. And I said community, but I'm not gonna play it.
With Topps, like they've been in business for what 50 years or however long it's been. The game plan. Every once in a while they might change it, or every once in a while, but like what's coming. And with Top Shot, so new. Sorry to interrupt you, by the way, but with Top Shot, new that we have no idea, and we just have to take like what we see and what we hear from the leadership is like what to expect. And if they're gonna say something, they have to follow through on what they say or communicate. On a monthly basis, just give us updates. There's going to be people that are going to be upset no matter what you say. But if you get out in front and speak to us on a monthly basis, I think that would be so massive. Just update us, like take questions. Sometimes it's going to be good. Sometimes it's going to be bad. But there's nothing worse than just not knowing anything and operating on like the unknown. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And Stan wants a 9 Lives Lounge to look in. We'll get an update of what's going on in there. Let's take a look. Nothing. Getting nothing out of them.
Man,
we're hoping that we don't start this call with like benefits for hollow set holders. That would be great.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm gonna be really sad if that happens.
Or like, hey, if you have $100,000 marketplace spend, we're gonna send you a shirt or something like that.
Yeah, God, like the meme. This could have been an email. Like that kind of stuff could be an email. If you're gonna benefit the people who put $1 million into the platform, let's not tell the entire community about it. Just
make it a secret. Email them. I'd rather not know.
Yeah, and we're not gonna get excited that Alexo's going to get another infinite object. Like, okay, next. Like, don't care. Yeah. Anyhow. So why don't we rip those packs actually? Because I see that we're 10 minutes from the hour mark. So you want to queue up those packs?
Sounds good. Yeah, I got my screen ready to go. Do I need to hit the share button? Is that what
you got to do that. I'll get our the little girl to cheer you on here. Where is she? Where's my pack video? There's too many videos now. Here we go. All right, we're getting ready. Oh, this is Jake the Shake. Oh, he's always on Twitter saying how much he'd prefer not fighting people in a Walmart parking lot. He'd much prefer whatever it is about Top Shot, which is kind of a funny take that keeps coming back. I love it. All right, so here we go. Here's the packs. We got 6 elite packs here. So we gotta give you some good luck here. Is there anything in particular that you're hoping to rip? Obviously, you want to get a legendary, and you can't name one other than Luke Kennard.
I'd like to have 6 legendaries, preferably multiple. Actually, I'd like 12 legendaries. I'd like 2 per pack.
That'd be nice.
I'm hoping for that. For the record, if I get more than 1 legendary, I will give one away on Twitter. I promise.
Ooh,
that's my if that happens here, I promise I will do that. So,
wow, we got to hope for some legendaries tonight, everybody. He's going to give one away if he does.
It's got to be at least it got to be at least 2. Okay. Shout out to Jake, Club Cool 50. He knows what it is. All right.
Shout out to Jake.
There we go. All right.
Are you a shadow guy? You're a shadow guy.
I don't need to be. We'll leave the last one on. We'll leave the last one unshadowed.
Yeah.
Nice. Bobby Portis.
That's actually like a good flash challenge moment.
Yeah. He comes up every once in a while.
He comes up a lot. He's come up in several. All right. Can't be mad at an Anthony Edwards.
All right.
I mean, again, at this point, you're basically not mad because of flash challenges. You're not super excited about the marketplace value.
I have zero expectation here.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
So there's your fresh threads.
All right, fresh threads. Just what I was looking for. All right.
All right, at least you got another 99.99. Looks like.
That's true. All right. Ty Jerome. I don't think I have that one.
Okay.
And last but not
Close
least,
it out with
Chris Paul. All right.
Chris Paul 10K.
I'll take Chris Paul, future Hall of Famer.
Yep.
I wonder how Hall of Fame players are their value is gonna, increase over time. I'm not sure.
I hope so. That would be nice to see.
Yeah. All right, pack two.
Pack 2. Let's go.
I'm not gonna show any of the. Oh, okay.
It might be a quick. Oh, is that another one?
Marvin Bagley. All right. Love it.
Hold on, we got to give you one of these.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
All right.
Keep the Bagleys coming.
Come on now. How about a? Oh
First
yes!
round, let's go. This is one that'll always have a special place in my heart.
Hey, Poku.
DeMar.
That's another good Flash player. Even though it's a 60K, it's like because the 60K is how much are they gonna bump in a Flash? Like $1, right?
Right. Yeah. All right. Here's another one. 823.
Nice cereal.
Jason
Nice
Tatum.
cereal. Can't
All
be mad at that.
right. Yeah, I like it.
Like,
Dude, Tatum.
Like
he's on another level.
Oh, absolutely. God, MVP, buddy. We love Jason Tatum.
He is. Yeah, he's my guy. St. Louis, repping. We got the Battlehawks shirt on right now.
What are the Battlehawks?
They were an XFL team 2 years ago.
Oh,
And then the XFL folded, so we had 1 year of the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Is the hat also Battlehawks or no?
No, it's a Blues. It's a Blues hat.
Okay,
St. Louis
got it.
Blues.
St.
I'm
St.
going
Louis everything.
Yep, going to the game tonight. Had to rep my city here.
You and mint
Shout
juice.
Oh yeah, baby. All right, pack 3.
Come on, let's get a rare for God's sake.
Yeah,
Can
we need
get
a
one?
rare. Can't go 0 for 6. All right, Christian Wood.
No.
Patty.
That's another.
My Australian friend.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Patty Mills was a really good Flash challenge play. It still is. He's still going to show up.
Don't want to talk about that one.
Oh, wait, you had a bad Patty Mills experience?
Yeah, I bought him for that. What challenge was that? Over Christmas.
Oh, right, when he was
We
like
had to buy his
$3,000.
Yeah, it was the Giannis challenge. I bought one. I bought one of his Patty's rares. Broke even.
Okay.
All right, 48. All right,
All
here
right,
we
come
go.
on. Show me a blue or a rainbow, please.
Oh, come on.
Jeez.
Sabonis.
There's a Saboner. There's the Poker Pro Eric debut.
There he is. There you are.
Well, that's got to make this pack at least worth a lot. Just the fact that you got the Poker Pro Eric moment.
Poker Pro Eric, if you're still watching, DM me and I'll send you this one.
He probably has like 20 of them at this point.
If you're watching, DM me and I'll send it to you.
All right, come on now. How much we got left? We got 2 left. Come on.
No, we
three,
got
three left.
3
Three
packs left.
Come
Man,
on.
no rare would be brutal.
It would be. Oh God.
I know. I saw it. I already saw it. Bruce Brown, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
What are the odds of pulling 2 Bruce Browns and no rares?
That's probably really high, actually. Probably a really good chance. Come on, please. Don't be it.
All right, Chris.
All right,
Paul,
all
baby.
right, all right. We're still
We got
live.
another one.
We're still live.
All right. Mo Bamba, Texas, University of Texas, baby.
You're making Ming Chang feel queasy.
I'm sorry, Min Chang.
Come on, blue or rainbow, please. Oh no!
Hey, nice cereal.
Nice cereal.
The surge.
Come on, dude.
This is not going the way I thought it would. You know what though? My luck. I kind of used all my luck on previous streams. So
I know that part is true. Like we can't.
hey,
The fact that you ripped a LaMelo, MGLE, and then a LeBron debut, you shouldn't have any luck for quite a while.
Yeah.
But hey, this is all random chance. So I still want to see an MGLE.
That's right.
Or
Yeah,
a
Dwayne Washington. All right, on to the next one.
Oh man, come on. Can we get something here? No one's
We
gonna
need
open a
something.
pack on my stream again.
We need something.
Should we hold on? Let's try to shake it up a little bit. Let's get a little Kawhi laugh. Let's get a little Borat.
King in the castle. King in the castle.
What we need.
Let's even get a little Rickroll.
Good vibes.
All right. That was like a little palate cleanser. Come on now. Give us something.
Patty again. Man, I'm liking these Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, you got a lot of net players.
Yeah, got another one. Oh, 55.
Oh, that's a low cereal. Ooh, that almost could have been a jersey depending on the player, but I think he's number 12.
4. Number 4.
Oh, he's 4. Definitely not number 12.
So instead of $2, this is a $4 moment.
There you go. I mean, what I was trying to say before, though, like, if enough of those get burned, then your 55 could get, more and more valuable if and when, this platform does something positive.
And Finals, the Flash Challenge architect said.
Oh, yeah, he said he was going to do one cereal.
We should expect a cereal, so I may hold on to that guy.
But yeah, there's no point in selling that. What are you going to sell it for? Like
just hold on to it.
Yeah, $4 more or something.
Right.
All right. Can we please see a blue shadow? Can we? Oh, it's a tough.
There we go.
Yes.
We got one.
All right.
We got. We'll
Come
hold
on
that
now.
one for last. We'll hold that one for last. Save the best for last.
Oh yeah. All right.
Another Steven Adams.
We just don't want to see. Basically, we just don't want to see like a Rudy Gay, right? It's basically anybody but Rudy Gay. Is that how this goes?
I think so.
Come on.
All right, here we go.
Let's go. All right. Embiid. That's solid. That's solid.
Embiid.
That's solid.
Embiid.
I don't know what the going rate is, but that's solid.
That's his jersey number 2.
Oh yeah, 1094. I think that was what he wore that night.
Yep.
All
All right, here we go.
right, let's
Last
close out. Let's close out with another one. Maybe we need a little.
Close
more
out with a
Laura.
legendary, maybe.
King in the castle.
Terry Bruce Brown.
Najee.
All right, Najee. Wordle, Mr. Wordle himself.
Yeah, Squirtle. Isn't he a Pokemon?
Yeah, Squirtle the Pokemon.
Oh, jeez. Be a 99. Nice.
Right,
99. We're still live. We're still live.
Still in business here. Gets me every time. There we go. We got another one.
Go!
We got another one. Oh, there's the white side we need.
Yeah. That's
Gotta have a
current
white
Flash
side.
Challenge moment.
Okay. Here we go.
Go.
Team LeBron.
Garland. Okay.
Here's Garland.
Garland.
All right.
Nice. Oh, I'm
Okay.
happy with it.
Cool. Well, hey, can't come.
Yes, yes, yes. God, yes.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah. 2 out of 6. That's
2
a
out of
1 in 3
6. I think that's what the odds were, right? I think
Yeah.
it's 33%.
Cannot be mad. Cannot be mad
Can't
at that.
complain. Yeah.
Huh. Not
I'll take
bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was hoping
Really?
for a legendary, but
Yeah, of course.
can't always unpack a legendary. unless
No.
you're iRacer, but I'm not iRacer. So
Did iRacer unpack legendaries? I thought he just
Oh,
unpacks the random one
Who
of one
knows?
raffles.
who knows?
No, that was super nice.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so what else you got going on? I'll let you go. I know you got to get ready to go to your game, but anything else you want to tell the audience about?
I've got a NCAA March Madness bracket challenge I'm doing. It's free to enter. Winner gets $100 Dapper credit, essentially $100 moment of your choosing. So keep a lookout for that on my Twitter timeline. I'm going to tweet out another link tonight and tomorrow, so it's not too late. And everybody love everybody. Let's be nice. Let's be respectful. It's okay to expect a lot and still be courteous and respectful in asking for change. So let's just hang in there and be the positive change that we want.
Amen. That's a nice way to end on. And I hope you enjoy that game tonight. Go Blues.
That's right.
And all right, man. Well, I'll let you go. And thanks for ripping those packs. I really appreciate you holding those burning coals in your pocket for me. I really, that's very nice.
Absolutely. Anytime you want me on, Tandy, I'll be here. So appreciate all your work.
They're always open for you. Always open for you.
All
right. Well, thanks, man. Take care. All right. Well, that was Packrip Mahoments, and he hit the 33%, right? He hit it right on the head. So I think we will have a few more. We have at least someone else who's going to jump on if they can figure out their back end. So we'll wait for that for a minute. But in the meantime, we can take some questions, or we can just cover some more topics. I'm curious from you in the chat. What are you thinking about this Roham chat that's coming out next week? We can also take a look right now at the poll and see how we're doing there. Let's see. How are we doing on this poll? Okay, let's end the poll now. We have 71% of you believe that it's a good thing if Disney buys Dapper. I don't know how realistic it is that Disney is actually going to buy Dapper. I feel like someone just kind of started this rumor and we're running with it. But 42 of you voted, and the majority of you, 71%, think it's a good thing. 15% think it's a bad thing. And 14% are saying, who cares? Buy Bruce Brown Moms. So there's your breakdown. So Jay Winter, people are only going to be let down from the AMA as usual. You know what I'm actually trying to remember? And by the way, if you haven't liked the stream, please do so. I think last time I checked, there were like 18, not 8, but go ahead and like. There's like 34 in this. Oh, there's 7 of you on Twitch. Wow. Twitch, what's going on? I got to start paying more attention to Twitch, apparently. Yeah, so Chewy Wolf is saying if it's a staged Q&A like office hours used to be, it won't be as big of a deal. It's still usable, though. I think that they want to avoid kind of like the randomization that we used to have, which is kind of why we stopped having office hours, because they didn't know what to expect. And people were getting irritated because we had access to the Discord and we were seeing all the questions that people wanted answers and were not being answered. And I believe that that's kind of why they stopped doing it that way. But now it's not going to be taking live answers, because we already saw on Twitter that Jacob was asking for people to send in questions. So all we can hope about at this point is that Roham talks about, in my opinion, we need to hear about supply. We need to hear about staying steadfast to this roadmap come hell or high water. Like, we don't want that to be the case, obviously. We want to feel like we're being listened to, that this is not just about new users and investors, because obviously that's how a lot of people are feeling right now. All right, we got BensNFTs in his car. Ben, are you going to be able to jump on? Are you driving and then you're going to jump on while you're driving? I don't want to get you into an accident. Anyways, you're not live yet, though. I don't have you on yet, but if you're going to, he's talking and I can't hear him. Hold on. We'll bring him in a second once he's got his situation together. But we have Ben coming to us. Hold on. Why don't we just bring him in now? Ben, what's going on, man? Are you on the highway? I see that car's moving. I don't want to be liable when you when you smash into a tree in 5 seconds.
Hey, dude, I'm very dedicated to Top Shot. I'm very dedicated to Top Shot Tandy Stream, and I'm here for you, my man.
I appreciate that. So Ben, where are you headed to right now? Where are you going?
I'm actually going to a NFT meetup.
Ooh, which one?
Yeah, On Chain Monkey.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
And what is going to happen in this meetup? What are you
probably it's
what are you
probably
looking forward to?
it's probably gonna be an orgy. You know these
Wow.
NFT. Yeah, you know these NFT people are very thirsty. Yeah,
All right.
I'm not that.
Well, I mean, the bad news is that I'm guessing that the NFT demographic is probably 99% male, but I'm not
You
knocking
said
you.
that's
Like if
you said that's bad news.
I mean, I'm not. Look, there's no judgment on this side of the. There's no such judgment on this side of the stream. Whatever you're into, you do what you feel. Look, I mean, right there, nakedhd.xyz. I think they're listening in. They're spamming the chat right now. I appreciate you, Naked HD XYZ. You are a true fan. Wow, really going hard. Look at this.
Yeah. My friend, what's new? I've got a lot of things on my mind, Top Shot wise.
Yeah,
Uh,
so we just talked to Packrip Mahoments. We just ripped 6 elite packs. He hit 2 rares, so he hit that solid 33%. Didn't rip Rudy Gobert, which was good. Ripped a
what did we get? A Garland.
Darius Garland, and oh geez, what was the other one, guys? I can't remember, but it was decent. It was decent rips. No, Joel Embiid. It was Joel Embiid and
Oh,
Darius
shit, that's
Garland.
good. That's very good.
Yeah,
Um,
so not bad.
yeah. So you now were these trade ticket packs, or what did he spend money?
I think he told me that I think the majority were trade ticket packs. He may have purchased 1 or 2, but I think he told me earlier on the stream. But
So let me ask you
yeah,
this. I have a question for you.
go
So
ahead.
do you feel like now, while people are generally happy that you get to turn in trade tickets for packs, do you think this could be a bad thing for the market because you are in a way, it is costing you something, but it's in a way costing you less to get these packs, and therefore the moments will then be less on the marketplace. Have you guys discussed that?
We didn't discuss that, but that's a good point because I do feel like in general, that's the problem with these loot box packs is because in general, if anyone gets a rare or even a legendary and they spent $49 or they spent trade tickets, either one of those scenarios, or if someone was lucky enough to get it in a standard, then these are a very wide array of users on this platform. Some of them may not be as like sophisticated as we may think that we all are, and they are willing to undercut to get back their money so that they can go back to the well and buy even more packs. So yeah, I do feel that it can be damaging to the marketplace. No question. I do believe
Right.
so.
Because like if you spend $50 on a pack, right? So you've spent money and you get a rare, you want a certain return off that rare. But if you spend trade tickets, you're less likely. It's almost like uh, now you have spent money, but it's less direct. It's almost an
Yep,
indirect spend. So
it
you're like,
is.
fuck it. Like I spent trade tickets on this, so I'll take less for this
Yep.
rare that I got because it's just trade tickets. So because you kind of saw that with the second All Star drop in. It's data. It's hard to quantify data and value because you could look at the first All Star set and say, well, the reward was LeBron, and that's why you were able to get $94 for Chris Middleton rare. And then this one is Curry, and so maybe that's why the rares were going for 80 something.
Right.
But on the other hand, it could be the trade tickets.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's a really fair point. Klopshot is also concerned about you. He's like, eyes on the road, Ben. But I agree.
I'm a multitasker.
Oh God, famous
Yeah.
last words.
Uh-huh.
But like,
I'm a wild man, dude. I'm a wild man.
clearly,
You see what I
you're
tweet about?
you're.
I give no fuck.
Oh geez. Yeah, I think those are great points you make though. That it's all depend. There's many factors at play. It depends on who the reward moment is, of course. And I think in general though, I would agree with you that as exciting as these loot box, well, I don't know if this is what you're saying, but as exciting as these loot box plays might be for like especially new users, which I'd argue if they're that exciting once they get burned like 5 straight times. But there's potential negative aspects here.
Right.
Plenty of them, like for the
Right.
marketplace, for the new user experience, just many. The fact that they're sort of sending incomplete, skewed data. All right, I think my internet's crapping out on me a little bit. Let's see here. I think we're
I got
good
you.
now. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's sending skewed data. The fact that it's the same 30,000 users to sell out a pack drop is also selling skewed data to investors, let's say, you know. Am I still dropping out or you got me?
I got you. I just got a text.
All right.
Yeah.
Multitasking again.
Multitasking, texting, driving, streaming.
At least the car looks stopped.
Yeah, I'm at a stoplight right now. But did you talk about Dapper and Disney?
Yeah, I don't know if that's real. I don't know why
Right.
people are just latching onto that one.
And would you think that would be that has to be a good thing for the platform, right? Because it can't get worse, right? Right?
Yeah, I don't know how much worse the
Right?
sentiment can get.
Our moments can't get to more shit, right? Right? I mean, it's
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
$24 for like some series 1 moments, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Disney's not going to come in and be like, all right, guys, we're not minting enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that is actually kind of a concern. Disney might come in and be like, "Oh, you're selling out? Well, then triple the supply if you're selling out. Keep tripling it until you stop selling out."
Yeah. When is Roham's Spaces?
It's next weekend. Next Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. I just found out that Roham's Persian, like me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if I can. It's too bad we don't have Jason Metz in here because he DMs with Roham all the time. If I was like him, I could, play the Persian card.
That's true. Maybe you should.
Speak Farsi to him. Roham, if you're watching, my friend, we have to have some Persian talks, bro. Like, dude, over some Kubi Day, I would tell you about your. He's a really bright guy. There's some disconnect there at Dapper because he's a very bright guy. When you hear him talk, there's a reason that every time he talks, the market bounces, right?
Of course.
And you're going to see on Saturday, he's going to talk. The market's going to bounce a little. Whether it's going to be a huge bounce or a small bounce, you can't really tell. But then it's just like the tomfuckery that happens after he talks, like in between. There's some sort of disconnect there. So. I don't really know what exactly is the problem there at Dapper Labs, although I do have a little bit of alpha for you. I recently connected with somebody, a well-placed sourced very high up in the NFT developer community that's in a very high-profile project and is a dev, and he says he's very familiar with the folks at Dapper, and he said they're first class. Because I was trying to get some dirt on Top Shot. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck's the problem, man? You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Like, it doesn't seem to me like it's fucking rocket science. You know what I mean? Make your user base happy. Stop over minting. You know what I mean? And he's like, they're first class. So,
what does that mean, though? That they're first class?
Well, I didn't try to like really pressure him for details, but I'm assuming like they're not clowns, is what he's trying to say.
No, I don't think anyone thinks they're clowns, though. You were thinking they were clowns before?
No, not clowns, but I don't know. I wonder if anybody has any balls.
I don't know. I just, for me, it seems like, especially when we heard that like the GM left or they got rid of him. You know, to me, that just shows that the ship is sort of without some direction right now. And I think that also, like, why, this is something I said in the past too. It's like, if you are selling a product and it's selling out, then you're also not all of a sudden going to be like, oh God, we got to fix this. Our product keeps selling out. What do we do? Like, no one's having that. So
no, that's a great point.
So that's another reality. Right. So in that sense, that's when like we need people that are truly listening to the community and hearing us out. And that's why we all bitch and moan about this at loud volumes on Twitter every day, because that's what we want. We want to be heard, and we know how much potential this platform has.
But you know what, though, dude? That's not a good business proposition, because I'll tell you why. Because because I'll give you an analogy, and it's not a great analogy, but let's say, you're in a small town, right? And there's only one restaurant, right? You have one choice and a place to eat. And they do a shitty job, let's say. And the customers are unhappy. But there's only one place they can eat, right? So the place is packed because there's no other restaurant. And the customers are complaining. And the business owner says, well, you know what? Fuck them, because I'm the only game in town, right?
Yeah.
And that's shit attitude. Because when another restaurant opens up, you're fucked. Because those customers, they're not going to forget. And they are going to go to the other restaurant when it opens up. So my point is, the philosophy of, like, I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah, they're selling out. They're also kind of the only game in town. So the philosophy that, like, if I'm Dapper and I'm looking at, yes, it's great that we're selling out. However, I'm not doing the elephant walks, as you call it, Tandy, by the way. That just cracks me the fuck up every time I hear it. But I'm not doing the elephant walk, because I'm saying, yes, we're selling out, but our user base, our customer base is unhappy, and I'm looking about how to fix that. And of course, there's a fine line between people whining and complaining, because there's always going to be that. The question is, how do we find out what's legitimate and what we need to fix versus people just moaning and whining? There is a supply issue versus the user base. That's a fact. If you want to have accessible moments for new people, you can do that. And you can still have moments be rare and special. You can accomplish all that. I don't know why they're not doing that. That's the part that I'm missing.
Me too. I feel like there's that massive disconnect, and I can't cross my fingers, but I'm really hoping that we get to hear something about that. I don't know, because before they kept telling us how they have to keep the low end accessible. Well, guess what? The low end is super accessible. You could go buy a LeBron James for $6, maybe less. I don't know what it's going for now. How much more accessible can it get? I don't think it can get any more accessible. So that no longer works. That argument no longer plays, because that was always the argument. And it's almost like they were so terrified of having like another February 2021 situation, like Packrip Mahoments talked about this just now, that they like super overcorrected. And yes, they did. And now the cart is way in front of the horse. And it's like the horse is in the town a few miles back. So that's what seems like where we're at right now, where they need to get that horse and help that horse catch up. So I don't know if my internet is dropping now or if your internet is dropping now. Chat, are we good right now? Hold on. Let's see here. So Adam, you're saying, and I don't know, I think Ben has lost his connection perhaps, but $6 is cheap for you all, not for everyone. I don't know, Adam, you think so? $6 is expensive just to buy one LeBron James? I'm going to have to challenge you on that one. I don't think you need to be collecting collectibles or digital cards if $6 is breaking the bank. Considering that's like literally a third of the price of a pack.
What is he saying? $6 is not cheap?
Yeah, someone said that. $6 is not cheap for everyone. I mean, then don't be collecting digital collectibles. That's what I would say.
I mean, everything's relative, right? I mean, in the NFT space, $6 is ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, $6 is nothing in the NFT space. It's literally like nothing.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
and even if we're talking about the trading, even if we're talking about physical cardboard, $6 is still cheap. Like, what does a pack of like Panini cost?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. Let me ask you another question.
Yeah.
While we're talking here, like,
yeah.
So if you have the cheap accessible moments, and then you want to say, okay, well, how can we make everything else special? You know what I mean? I kind of think like, like Series 3, like, did Series 3 need to happen? And let me ask it in a different way. Like, you have a Series 2 MGLE, which is $499. And then you have a Series 3 MGLE at $749.
Yeah.
It just almost seems like we don't need that. Like, we don't need it. I mean, I understand, like, of course, you have to have a Series 3 around the third year or whatever. Why do I need to have two different Andrew Wiggins? And I know there's a third one because Series 1, but that was the debut. But why do I need to have 2 different MGLEs, one for $99 and one for $749, with the exact same user base. Like that's the part that rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, I think that when we're looking at it from a perspective of just how many collectors there are versus how much supply there is, then yes, your argument makes perfect sense. But when we look at it from the perspective of telling the story of the NBA, because from a purist view of what NBA Top Shot is supposed to do, that is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to tell the story of each season of the NBA, and it doesn't really consider whether or not that's going to hurt the value of your S2 Andrew Wiggins MG League because an S3 MG League came out. Like I can, as much as that feels annoying if you own the S2, I do kind of understand that part where it's like, okay, there's only a couple of them. You have to expect and collect accordingly, knowing that there may be another one in the following year and another one in the following year. Like there's going to be a Kevin Durant MGLE for as many seasons as he's in the league. There's only going to be 3 MGLEs per team per year. So it's like, I want to collect the 3 best players of my team every year. That might hurt the value of the previous ones until they can create some other type of utility or other type of reason to be holding the previous ones. Because the way it works now is there is no reason. It's like you want the cheapest one so that if it pumps in a flash challenge, you're holding the one that has the most room to go, the most room to run. And that's kind of because the utility right now is still so small out of what it could become ideally. So yeah, so that's what I feel. That's my take on it. I think they kind of had to create. They had like the MGLE is sort of the gold standard. Literally, it's like the gold standard of Top Shot. They can't
Which
be
means
like,
what?
oh, which means that there's going to be an MGLE every year. I think that's what it means.
Right, because they're always like, this is the gold standard of Top Shot, Hollow and MGLE. Which means what though? Like, what does that fucking mean? Like, that gets me what?
Gets
The gold standard gets me what?
it means you're collecting the most rare moments, which as of right now, in terms of dollar value, doesn't mean a whole lot to get you super excited. But ideally, when they can sort of add some kind of utility, I mean, that's what we're all just banging our heads against the wall, waiting for that to happen. It has to happen eventually. I just don't know how long it's going to take, or if poor leadership or something means it takes too long to happen and we all get, screwed. I mean, obviously I don't want that. I don't want, and I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, what does it mean? It means you're collecting the most rare stuff. I mean, what do you want it to mean? Moolah.
I'm all about one thing, baby. I mean, I love sports, and that's why I got into Top Shot. But you know what else I love just as much is money, or even more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the nerds come out and they're like, "Bro, like," well, the nerds don't say "bro." Well, Twitter nerds might. Bro, you're here for money. You're here for the wrong thing. I mean, like, listen, it's a little more complicated than that because Top Shot's a combination of a couple of different things. But I'm not here to lose money. How about that, Top Shot nerd? Like, can you get a Top Shot nerd for me, Tandy, and get him on stream with me? Because Top Shot nerd has a lot of opinions. Oh, bro, like there's Top Shot. There's I've got like my top 5, top 10 of Top Shot nerd that says ridiculous ass shit. One of them is this guy Disney Alex Mack, who like the community like loves this guy. Okay, I don't know who he is. Could be a great nice guy, fine, but he's Top Shot nerd, top 5. And you know he tweets out the other day, I had a friend who left Top Shot because Twitter was too mean. What?
I think I saw that tweet.
What the fuck? But what? Like Twitter's too mean? So what he's trying to say, and this is why it just boils my blood, is because he's basically trying to say that nobody's leaving Top Shot because of all the fucking issues they have. They're leaving Top Shot because the Twitter community's too mean? Are you kidding me, bro? Get off Twitter. Don't go on Twitter. That has nothing to do with anything. Nobody's leaving Top Shot because Twitter's mean. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. And Top Shot nerd, and there's like 5 or 10 of them, will from time to time tweet these inane, ridiculous stuff that I just can't jive with, bro. They're highlights. They're cool stuff. I like it. But it's mean? I mean, it's not kindergarten. Come on.
I mean, to play devil's advocate, I gotta play Top Shot nerd now. I wish I had like a Top Shot nerd hat or something.
Can we do a segment? Top Shot nerd meets Ben, please. Makes sense.
I got a bowl here. What if I put this bowl
There's
on my head?
mean. It's mean.
I got a bowl, a fez. This is what Top Shot.
You look like a lad.
Yeah. So I think the fact is that some people get into Top Shot because they just want to collect a few of their favorite players and call it a day. And I just think that's like a small percentage of people. And it's true. Somebody like that might come to the platform and might turn on social media and get completely turned off. But I think that that's also a very small percentage, I would think. But do you ever think about that though? The fact that we are sort of in our bubble and like we have, you know, how many people are super active on Twitter, let's say. Like if you see a really popping off poll on Twitter, how many people are answering that poll? Like 1,500?
Oh, yeah, sure. That's
Right?
nothing, right? Yeah,
Yeah, and even if it's a small number lining up for the packs, how many people are lining up for the packs right now? 30,000?
right.
So you got to imagine like we are kind of in like a bit of a Twitter echo
True.
chamber in a way.
That's true.
So yeah, it's possible. I mean, if I wasn't used to Twitter, and I think we take Twitter for granted because we've been like old hats on Twitter probably for years, or 1 year in NFT Twitter feels like it's 15 years. And if you put someone in there tomorrow and be like, go figure it out, go follow these Top Shot accounts, and you get there and it's a bunch of people just fudding and like swearing at each other and telling Austin Kent that he's an effing something or other on a Saturday while he's watching
Who is that
Fraggle
guy?
Rock.
Spence. Who is that guy?
I
Spence.
don't know, but people
You
are
just like
super
get your
angry.
shit together.
It's like out of all the things to be upset about, you're this upset about a description.
The typo.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
Well,
I
dude,
guess yeah.
hey, dude, I gotta run. I gotta go to my NFT meetup.
All right, good luck. Where
Should I bring a condom?
I mean, I don't know.
You know what I
don't know.
do, man? So here's my thing. I buy magnums, right? And then I accidentally like let them fall out of my pocket.
Oh, and then your fake bank slip falls out next to it with like the
Yeah,
ridiculous
that's like my
balance.
move. You know, and I'm like, oh, like how did this get there? Oh man, I'm so embarrassed. So anyway,
Well, yeah, good luck with all that. I hope you have a lot of fun with the other on-chain monkeys. Hope it goes well.
yeah, I hope
And
it's bananas.
well, I'm glad you got there safely. We didn't have to watch an on-screen collision.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on, brother.
All right, same. Take it easy.
Yep.
Well, I guess that was a bit of like a parental guidance section of the show. We should have put one up there that this is not for the faint of heart. Maybe we need a like little palate cleanse. Yeah, right. So that's Ben. He's got some pretty strong opinions. He's not afraid to share them. So let's go over. Yeah, Ben, I agree. Ben is entertaining. He might hurt some people's feelings. Disney Alex, it's okay. Not everyone's gonna like everyone. That's okay. I personally kind of enjoy when people sort of have like minor beefs. I think it's funny. I don't, because at the end of the day, what are we really talking about here? We're all talking about like digital collectibles and we have strong feelings about them, but no one's getting they're hurt or anything like that. Collins, I'm sorry that your kids are just sitting there asking them about magnums. Look, magnums are like a revolver in a old shoot 'em up western movies. That's what those are. Haisan, he likes beefs as well. We both like beefs, Haisan. Haisan, you're international. You're in Asia. I guess that's just kind of a guess by the name. Maybe I should have guessed that. That wasn't PC correct. But Haisan, where are you located right now? Yeah, Chewy, we thought this was Disney. Disney, now that we are sponsored by Disney, this show is actually going to be on the Disney Plus channel, way down the list. When you go when you start seeing the movies that you never heard of, and you keep going lower and lower, and then there's going to be like some Top Shot streams because now that they own this stream now, which is great. Brad, everyone has a beef? No, come on. I agree. The fake LeBron thing was a little weird, and I made a joke about it too. But I think you gotta take it in stride. But Disney Alex, he's got plenty of he writes articles that are nice. I mean, if you're more of if you kind of just love Top Shot and you're not so worried about account values, and there are some people like that out there, then users like Disney Alex, you enjoy. They're just talking about like their favorite moments, and there's definitely a large segment of users who just want to talk about that kind of stuff, and they don't want to talk about their account values. Sandra, do we have a female in the chat? Yes, Sandra, I recognize you. You're from the you're inspired by Mamba's partner. Thank you for being here. You were keeping down the score at the NFT All Star game, and sports fans are competitive. I'm sure you saw a lot of that. Magnum ice cream. That's true. I love Magnum ice cream. Yeah. Oh, Chewy's sharing his name here. Okay, Chewy's name is Robert. There you go, Tom. Mind blown today. So Brad's not a fan of Disney Alex Mac. But that's okay. So let's see. What else do we got here, guys? We can cover a few more things here. Something that I wanted to actually revisit, but I would have to like go digging right now, is I'm trying to remember what were some of the things that Roham talked about the last time and how many of those things happened. But I don't recall completely. So there's no use. I mean, I remember the last time the one where he was walking around and people are all like upset that he was walking around his apartment. It doesn't bother me if he's walking around. I just want some things that are thrown out there that are reasonable and that happen. That's what I'm hoping for. Hi, Son. I think Roham's just going to cover Top Shot. I mean, I do remember one thing is that the last time we talked to Roham, and he was talking about how like Top Shot is his main focus, and that we'd hear from him more often. That's something that unfortunately we didn't. And I think that if it's unrealistic to expect Roham, who I do think it's kind of unrealistic, to start checking in with us like every week, then just put someone in there that can do it. And I don't know who that is. If it's Jacob, let it be Jacob, and we send him questions every week, and he answers those questions. And we know that now they've instituted the mailbag, and I hope that some of you are using that mailbag. I must admit that I have not used it yet, but some of you are probably using that mailbag to ask questions. Like they can do something like that. Oh boy, I'm getting aired out right now by Klopshot. Klopshot's not happy that Ben was driving and streaming. You know what, Klopshot, we're gonna take that to heart. We're gonna tell Ben, please don't drive next time when he calls in, or just call in with audio next time because we don't want to upset Klopshot. Anyhow, here we go. So Ryan was saying the team set was a huge emphasis and nothing. So that was a bad look. Agree with you there. We did hear about the airdrops for the Cosmic and Legendary set holders. I remember the call opened up that way, and I was like, why are we opening up that way? So I hope that they learn from that, and we don't open up that way this time. That would be nice. Yeah, hi, son. I don't think he's going to say much about UFC right now. It seems very much in the beginning stages of UFC. Stan loves, he said leaderboards would matter. I know, and that has been feeling a bit sour, hasn't it? Because then Jacob did the Yahoo article where he's like, we didn't realize this many people would try to complete team sets. And I every time I see these sort of flubs, I just hopefully we're just sort of losing something, or the reporter lost something in the messaging, or something's going to get cleared up soon. That's always my hope. Roham won't be handcuffed to a table with a hot light on his face and water out of his reach. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. We need a spokesperson. I agree. We need better communications across the board. The AMA, yep. What are we talking about here? Ben's was hands-free. What's the big deal? I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess like you take your attention off the wheel, potentially bad things can happen, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I guess can't please them all, but at least he got where he got to be safely without any issues. But some people are not happy. I'm seeing that he's getting some likes on that tweet. Yeah, I guess people want to make sure everyone's safe. So he's just looking out for each other. Want to make sure we're all safe. Want to make we're all safe over there. Let's see what's going on here. Anything else from the chat, guys? We'll do a little Q&A if you guys have any other questions and to be answered, or maybe we'll give you a little weird wolf howl. and then we'll get the Q&A going, and after that we'll call it a show. So let's get that Q&A going.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
All right, let's run it down. Let's see what questions we got. We got one from Chewy here. How could you not expect that people would want to complete sets of their team? Every collector in every realm has at least one thing they want to complete. I agree. It made absolutely no sense. If there's going to be literally a leaderboard, then people are going to compete to get to the top of that leaderboard. That would make a lot of sense. And especially when Roham, like someone said, Roham mentioned the leaderboard on that previous appearance. So it makes even less sense. So yeah, that one is a real head scratcher. It's one of those times where I just hope that I hope they correct it soon. I hope we hear something about that soon. Coffee. What is the point of better communication if management is unwilling to make the necessary changes? Well, I think if we're going to give them some benefit of the doubt, like they at least we saw this trade ticket thing, which to me was one step in the right direction. I feel like we're still like, again, that cart is still way before the horse. But to me, I believe that we want better communication because we feel that if we had better communication, then maybe we'd be more heard when we feel that there are necessary changes to be made. And right now they seem to be going about it with like the mailbag, which and the AMA. And my only concern with these two approaches is it feels very cherry picky. Like I really hope that some of the harder questions are answered and are considered, because I do get worried that it'll be very cherry picked the way that it was when Jacob used to do his office hours, where some of the harder questions just weren't answered. And I would even rather, if it was a hard question that people really didn't want to hear, really didn't want to answer, even just say like, look, we got this question. We don't have an answer for it right now, but we commit that we're going to have some kind of written out response within the next few days, within the next week, in the near future, whatever, just so people feel heard. I feel like that's the biggest problem. Honestly, guys, that's like the biggest problem of any relationship. Okay, here's a little relationship advice for you. Often the biggest issue is just being heard, feeling heard. When you're upset that your lady is not is treating you wrong, 99% of the time it's because you just want to feel heard, and vice versa. So yeah, we want to feel heard. Hi San, yeah, Ben is going to go meet up with strangers he met online. The Celtics lead the Mavericks 83-81 with 6 minutes remaining. I'm going to have to shut off this show soon so I can go catch that, because that's one of the few games I can actually watch in Europe. Yeah, Chewy, you're right on. Brad, you collect the bowls. Why are they saying I shouldn't have done that? I completely agree with you. It's totally doesn't make sense. It totally has made all the like the CS collectors, the people collecting team sets, they're selling off their sets. It's a total lack of congruency in the messaging. It doesn't align. It was this message all along, and then all of a sudden the bottom just completely dropped off. So I agree with you. It doesn't make sense. Stan Loves wants a pigeon update. Listen, Stan Loves, I make one off-color joke with the judge, and now I'm just the pigeon man for the rest of my life. Is that how this is going to go? Pigeon update. I saw some pigeons the other day when I was eating lunch, and I thought of you. That's my pigeon update. Thoughts on the wheel? At this point, anything is good. I thought it was kind of slow. It was like kind of drawn out, but I do kind of appreciate the randomization of it, because I think that it's easy for some tinfoil hats to be like, oh, they're only giving utility to those people because they whined on Twitter. When it's the wheel, we can all see it. It's all transparent. Make it a little more entertaining. Add some more aspects to it. Have different sets on the wheel. Just switch it up and make it quicker. Make it more fun. Throw some music on there. Involve the crowd. Get me on there to answer questions for the crowd while you're spinning the wheel. Abby Chin, she's a Celtics reporter. We're fans of Abby Chin. Tom, got sent a link from Top Shot to buy an Elite Pack because I had issues with the queue. I tossed up whether to buy it. I did. Got an Embiid All-Star game and a Kessler Edwards 4K. So you are the 25%, Tom. Congratulations. Or no, sorry, an Elite Pack. No, you are the 33%. Congratulations, Tom. Do you think that they will use the wheel for the Roham AMA? That's actually a really interesting idea. I would love that. I would love that. If there are like two questions that were super simpy and like two questions that were super funny and it just like he's sweating watching that wheel go. That would actually be prime time viewing. I would love that. Hi, Son. I'm thinking of this functionality to add for Top Shot. Add a trading block functionality like the NBA 2K, so other user offers those moments offered to the other user. Either the other user accepts it or not. I think that's a great idea. And hi, Son. I don't know if you have ever used Susables, but I think that's kind of like what goes on Susables. You offer to another Susable user, you want their Grinch pin, and you have your Dr. Seuss pin, and if I have the Grinch pin, I can say, no, I don't want the Dr. Seuss pin. I want something else. And you can see what each side has and try to make deals. And eventually, I feel that Top Shot will have that. It's just taking a while. Hyson likes random things. I like it too. Yeah, so if you've never used Susables, that trading functionality that you are mentioning, it can be found there. That is Dapper. That is Dapper. I bought a bunch of the packs of Susables when they first came out, and then I just stopped. I wasn't really sure what I was doing. Honestly, it's just too much to keep track of. You know, you have Susables, some people do. You got like Record Shop. Like if we're just talking about packs, you got like Eternal, Susables, Record Shop, Top Shot, All Day, UFC, Cricket. The list goes on and on. I can only give attention to a few things. I can't just keep going on and on for every single product that gets released. I think generally though, as long as these packs that come out for different products don't feel like huge gambles, it's not the worst idea to throw a few bucks, not financial advice, throw a few bucks, get like the original like season 1 or season 0, whatever you want to call it. I didn't do that on UFC because I saw the circulation counts were so high. And in hindsight, it seems like that was a good idea. I mean, we can talk about things like UFC and All Day. I'm not really much of an expert on them, but if you guys want to talk about those things, I can definitely invite people who know more about that than I do, and we can cover it if you'd like. Terry, trading would be cool, but why would TP, I think you mean Dapper Labs, I don't know, or Top Shot, do that and not get the 5% fee they get from us selling the moment and buying the other one? Maybe I don't know, maybe there could be like a flat fee, like you pay $1 out of your Dapper Lab wallet. Yeah, I agree with you though. Like they would lose out on some income, but at this point, what we're all hoping is that Dapper Labs is not purely solely laser focused only on making revenue as high as it can be, because right now that doesn't seem to be working. If you look at the marketplace and just in terms of the user sentiment and just in terms of the marketplace, the market cap is just taking a bath right now. The user base is upset, even though we're sort of a small echo chamber, but we're very devoted. I mean, if you go look on Twitter, if you go look on Instagram, if you go look on Facebook, if you go look on Reddit, there's a lot of very loud, upset people right now. And I would imagine that can't be a secret. Like if you are a potential investor and you do like 5 minutes of research, you're going to see that people are not particularly happy. I don't know though. It's possible that investors don't even look at that. I really don't know. In a perfect world, all those things would be aligned, and it wouldn't just be about dollars. It would also be about sentiment, because user churn and user burnout is a real thing. It's what kills some startups, and Top Shot doesn't want their product to just continue to slide downward. And I feel like that's also why we're getting a Roham AMA. I think if it was up to Roham, he wouldn't be doing an AMA right now. Even though he said the last time that he wants to check in with us, and we all would love it, I think this check-in is more a calm down, everybody check in, and let's hope to see if we can align certain things to get people excited again. I think that's what people are hoping for. Yeah, Terry, it's okay. I get it. Stan loves UFC Series 0 will get new rewards. Okay, that's cool. Tandy NFTs. How can Dapper stop the bleed? The marketplace for packs game, even worse now with packs across 3 sports. The timing of having the packs across the 3 sports is definitely tough for users on Top Shot. The timing was tough. I kind of have a theory that because the NFT space is so hot right now, or it's cooled off, it was so hot that Dapper correctly saw that this was an opportunity that they kind of had to pounce on. from a business perspective, you can almost understand it. You can understand it. And if the NFL is coming to you and saying, or UFC as well, like, look, we want to go live. Like, this market is hot. Like, we want to go live already. And as Dapper, you sort of have to say, okay, I'll do it. Because what's the alternative? You lose out a whole lot, but unfortunately, you burn your users. So I'm hoping that they can make it up in some way to us users that have been here. They've alluded to it. They said that there's going to be marketplace-based spend, things like that, and they just need to benefit the existing users as much as possible, so that we don't all feel sort of like we're the hamsters in this beta test, and we're not really seeing all the advantages of being early. Net promoter score is a KPI metric that they use for customer satisfaction. Yeah, Jane hopefully can help in this regard, and she seems to be saying the right things on Twitter. Dapper is bleeding everybody dry, even with the big accounts. At the moment, seems that way. What do you think about NFTU? And will it be? Oh, is this the thing with college basketball players? I think everything is competition at this point. Like, any other NFT project is pretty much competition. The fact that this is going to have like NBA stars in their college uniforms, I think people are going to buy that, and they may sell off some Dapper to get it. Don't want Top Shot to become the HQ trivia of this year. That'd be scary. I think Top Shot has way more backing, and they also have the partnership with the NBA. The fact that they did these these NBA All-Star Game packages as well makes me think that they have a partnership in place for quite a while. But I agree, HQ trivia crashed and burned hard. But I think the backing situation is not quite the same. I think Top Shot has a lot more runway. They have a lot more backing. But I agree, it's getting irritating at this point. We want to see more results. I actually didn't know this. Did they drop the mint count? That's kind of interesting. I wouldn't have expected that to happen, but that's interesting. I don't think we've seen that happen where mint counts drop, because we haven't seen that on Top Shot, have we? It's only gone up. And I do think that that mint count should be able to flex. We should be able to go down in mint count if that's what the user base seems to be asking for. All right. Yeah, I'm walking you off the ledge. We look, I loved HQ, so obviously I don't want that to happen to Top Shot. I don't think it's going to, though. There's 2 minutes and 38 seconds left in this Boston Celtics game. They're up by 2. I think I'm going to try to go check that out. So, guys, thank you for all hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the Packrip section with Packrip Mahoments. I hope you enjoyed. I know some of you did not enjoy Ben Shavar over there in his car. We enjoyed his takes, but some of you did not enjoy the potential risks to other cars in the highway. So I'll have a stern talking to with Ben about that. Anyway, listen, everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go watch the end of this Celtics Mavericks game. Like Packrip Mahoments said, be kind to each other, guys. Come on. Don't F-bomb Austin Kent on Twitter. Not needed. Not necessary. Even if you're upset, be upset at me. Send me F-bombs. Don't send Austin Kent F-bombs. Hi, son. Peace out to you as well. Guys, thanks again. Next week, we're going to have the priority queue with Dave P. and Colby. They put out an awesome podcast if you've never listened to that. If you haven't liked and subscribed this yet, please do that. Where's The Economist? That's a great question. Does he still have a job? I don't know. I hope Roham answers that. We saw The Economist do a blog the other day at least, but yeah, we'd love to see more of that. Anyways, guys, yeah, so next week is going to be a really fun show. If you haven't listened to the priority queue, even though it's funny because that name doesn't really make sense currently, listen to the priority queue. It's a good podcast about Top Shot every Tuesday, and they're going to be on with me next week, and that's going to be right after Roham's talk. So that's going to be interesting. I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about. But for now, I bid you adieu. Let's go Celtics, and we'll talk again next week. Take care, everybody.
Static selector.